Theta has so many things going on for it. I believe we are right on the edge of an upward explosion. We're going to talk about it today. Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and if you want to follow along my journey as I build wealth for my family, then subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. And remember, all of this is just my opinion and speculation. It is not intended to be financial advice. Do your own due diligence before you purchase any investments. But let's get to it. All right, so listen, Theta Mainnet 3.0 we know is launching in 41 days. I suspect that this huge drop and dip that we've seen in the crypto market was likely planned and manipulated. And my guess is that there's probably some other reasons why Mainnet 3 was delayed, but I think part of it was probably because they knew that this dip was coming. All of the big players know what's happening, and they all know when the big dump is happening. And so I believe that was part of the reason for the delay. Just my speculation. But we know that in 41 days, in June, Mainnet 3 is about to launch. That's going to add NFTs and a whole lot of other things to Theta, and that alone is reason for a big spike. We still haven't seen Theta or T-Fuel listed on Coinbase or any of the big US exchanges, and so item number two, or reason number two, why there's likely a breakout that will be coming. I believe that should happen soon. Coinbase just announced something recently about how they have streamlined their release process for how they get coins onto their exchange. And so I think that's just a precursor to Theta and T-Fuel being added to the exchange. But SAP is one of the largest enterprise software companies in the world. It may be the largest. And it says here, we're very excited about multi-experience development platforms, an emerging area of enterprise applications. 1 in 3 enterprises will use a multi-experience development platform to increase the speed at which IT and business fusion teams work together to build digital products. And so essentially what they're saying is using software like SAP to build these platforms with Theta as the back end to handle some of that. It says digital user experiences increasingly span multi-device, multi-touch, and multimodal interactions, and therefore multi-experience journey. It says this is a unique opportunity for Theta to become a household name in every global enterprise, to be the fabric underlying these cutting-edge multi-experience applications. Here it talks about different leaders in the development space, multi-experience development. These are contenders. I'm not going to get into all of that. But there's somebody here, Andrew Lund, who works for SAP as a developer for SAP, and he says in his blog, Ethereum is faster and can settle in minutes. But even that can be too long for some use cases. I've been looking at various other cryptos, and Theta stands out for being even faster, cheaper, and has an interesting technical feature called off-chain micropayments. It's worth digging into further when we think about applying blockchain technology to enterprise use cases. Since we're still in the early days of cryptocurrency, the horse race is far from over. From my digging, a few things about Theta set it apart. They've been awarded several key patents, so we know that, pertaining to the technology claims that make Theta unique. They've got some committed investors and pretty heavyweight partners, which is always good for helping to survive over time. And then if you go to his blog, he actually talks about basically a trial. He built an application on Theta. Talks about what Theta is and the Theta token apart from the blockchain. It does have some gripes with Theta a little bit. I looked around and Theta doesn't look very enterprisey at all. And so that's, when you're looking at building enterprise applications, obviously that would be a detriment to some degree. Then he goes into talking about how you can interact with the Theta blockchain using remote procedure calls. A lot of technical stuff here. He even goes into, if you click on, I think it's this one, that's the Theta protocol. So if you go here to part 2 of his blog article, he actually goes into the whole process of how he used the SAP development platform to build an application using the Theta network. And it's, it's technical. if you're a developer, you obviously can dig into this and understand exactly what he's doing. But anyway, that I believe is the future, and this is just, I mean, are just barely scraping the surface of what Theta can do, and there's still so many people that don't even understand or know about Theta. That's why I believe that we are really about to see an explosion in the price of Theta and the use cases for Theta. Then let's talk about this. Amazon is in talks to buy MGM Studios, and we know that Theta already has a partnership with MGM. What happens if Amazon buys MGM for reportedly, I believe it was $9 billion, somewhere between 7 and 10 billion? All of a sudden now you've got this company that already has a partnership with Theta. Amazon obviously has a huge potential to save money on their streaming services by using Theta to deliver their content. There is a huge potential there. You know, whether that comes to fruition, who knows? But that is another thing that is going in Theta's favor. And then, of course, we've talked about Tom Brady launching Autograph and the speculation that his Autograph NFT company will be built on the Theta blockchain. I mean, you look at some of his advisors are already tied to Theta. One of his advisors is CEO of Lionsgate. We know that Lionsgate has a partnership with Theta already. It would just make sense for Autograph to be built on Theta just because of how cheap the transactions are. I don't know if you followed any of the VFriends launch that Gary Vaynerchuk did on the Ethereum network, but the gas fees that some of those people paid were astronomical. I mean, it launched right whenever gas fees were extremely high. Well, Theta transaction fees are like thousandths of a penny. They are incredibly cheap to transact. And so that is another huge thing going for it. And then, of course, you know about the World Poker Tour and their NFT drop, their Theta drop. Looks like there's 8 hours left at the time of recording this. And obviously they had some issues when they first launched, but their second launch seems to have been going well. I'm not really into poker, so not too much interest in purchasing any of these NFTs, but by all accounts, it seems to be going well. This is a great test bed for Theta NFTs. And again, Marketplace will be coming at some point where you'll be able to buy, sell, and trade all of your World Poker Tour moments with other fans, and then eventually, sort of like OpenSea for other NFTs, Theta Drop will be a marketplace where you can buy and sell Theta NFTs. Huge, huge potential in the long run. Remember, if you have any interest in joining the private Patreon community, I put a link in the description. You can go check that out. I have a ton of great content on there. If you like this video, please like it, share it with somebody that you think might want to see it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. If you haven't seen the video on why I think Tom Brady and the Autograph Company will be launching on the Theta NFT network, then you can go check that out over here. It's starting. Go click on that. I'll see you over there.